Hey, everybody, welcome to Three Fat Truckers. We're your hosts. I'm Bill.
And your lovely driver, Dave.
This is Malia.
He's so fucking blindsided every damn time.
And Steve, enjoy the show, everybody. Enjoy the show.
Let's start that over with. Cut.
Oh no, that was golden.
No, that was gold. We're going with it. You're not gonna be ready a second time, so it doesn't matter.
He wasn't ready the first time.
I gotta think of him.
Just everybody doesn't know this was the third take.
You know, it's okay just to, Dave. It's okay just to say
hi.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, I'm Dave.
Here. Hey, I'm Dave. It's fine. It's okay. Nobody's gonna call and
I know I'm fine. You don't have to keep telling me.
Oh God, there's that again.
What a sweet piece of ass, Dave. I tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
If I could kiss you from the bottom up, I would. Episode 69. 69.
We're off the rails already. There we go.
69. That's my favorite number.
Have fun in Fort Wayne.
Guys. Yeah, for a real good time. Get up. Well, no, I've said that one. Okay, so yeah, recorded on September 21st, 2024. Driver Appreciation Week, guys.
I cannot even be serious with you guys. I'm trying so hard.
That's why we love you, hun.
Oh my.
So yeah, Driver Appreciation Day. What do we know about it? I don't know anything about
I
it.
thought we were stuck on the 69 errors, and I asked you.
I don't know.
You know what that
I'm gonna
is.
move swiftly along.
What's
How about 77? You get 8 more.
Yeah, what's 138?
Yeah, that's pretty bad too.
How about
Dinner
68?
for 4.
You do me and I owe you one.
What's
All right,
71?
this is family. This
Same
is
thing
family
with 2 fingers in the
content.
butthole. Let's go.
Family content.
Okay. Episode 69.
It's
How
a
was
family, but
Not even
that's
at
beside the point.
breakfast was it family content.
How was your week, fellas?
You know, it was supposed to be Driver Appreciation Week, but I didn't feel any appreciation anywhere.
What are you talking about? You got a free box.
I'm sure someone cut you off or flipped you off or something. I mean, they didn't show you were number
They
one.
cut me off so much I don't even pay attention anymore.
I appreciate you.
They were supposedly they were giving away free coffee at the pilots, but I didn't stop.
Well, you're working close to home right now, ain't you?
Yeah. So I just don't stop at those places much.
The SDIs were all of them were
Yeah.
doing things for drivers. So I got a cup,
Which they always do.
little toolbox, and I didn't get any food, but I wasn't there on the food day. But
I got 2 hot dogs
Food day.
yeah,
and
Hey, Bill.
a bottle of water. Let's have it, Steve.
I eat hot dogs from the middle.
there you
Yeah.
go.
No, you don't.
Bun falls in half, but
Every man that's met Steve knows that.
Nah, I
Steve
put
went
way
up to one of the steel companies up in Gary, and they give him a shirt for Appreciation Days, and they go, "What'd your company do for you?" And he go, "Nothing." Well, you tell them go back and then shame of themselves for not doing nothing for you drivers.
Your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve,
Well,
was
you
you
said
there
Steve.
when
Yeah.
I think it was Brandon. He brought in a bunch of nachos and dip and everything that one year. Remember that?
Nope.
That was a few years ago.
Now, I remember
Maybe
one
it
time
didn't happen. It was just in my
going in and there's
fucking
a barbecue.
imagination.
There was a barbecue trailer out
Read
front,
it up.
Bill, that was giving away free barbecue. And I'll tell you what,
That was for nothing.
that guy was pretty nice. I'll tell you what, he looked a lot like Dave, but I don't think I've never seen him before. So.
I was there for that one. I remember that one.
Slightly younger, fatter
What he didn't
version.
tell you
of Dave.
was all the leftovers from Omni he couldn't get rid of, so he just giving it away.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Oh well.
We had
So-
lines too, and people stopping off the street.
What's he selling?
I
I
can't
don't know.
remember if I tried to give you money or not, but I remember you being the only one in. I don't know if you had Mike with you that day or not.
I did.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike was there.
Of
His-
course.
his
you did.
work-
One always with, I was gonna say Mike's always around.
His work wife
Yeah.
was with him.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
The only
Well, I mean, it was a work day,
Red
so he
lipstick.
would have
Got
had to
all
take
red
the day
lipstick.
off.
Omni. He
but
came
Mike's
from
only
Omni.
my Saturday wife. He's not my weekly wife. He's
Bill.
only my Saturday wife.
No, it ain't me. Don't look at me. He's got his right. I got mine.
And I got to say, out of all of us here, Malia's probably slinging more barbecue than all of us to people. Then I just cook it.
So
what do I do with it?
You sell it.
No, I was like,
You stand up
is there a
run there
story
and
here?
tell it. No.
It's like,
There is a story, and I've heard it.
yeah, I'm sure there is. It's like,
It was
if
just
I
a little
read-
anecdote.
I got pictures.
Apparently, Dave learned a lesson about how. Well, let's just say some types of people
To
can
push
sell
the barbecue
things.
on people. Sex
Well,
sells. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the fat guy
Yeah,
up front
low and
talking to
slow.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What do we got, guys?
Well,
sitting
we're
here
going to
just-
talk about a little driver appreciation week. And I've heard a lot of people on the radio this week and on the old interweb talk about they need to make it driver appreciation month. But
God, a whole
You guys-
month
it
of
sounds
people
like you
being
can't even
nice
get
to
a
us.
week.
He makes me giggle, Bill, when he uses them big words like
I
that.
know it. It's so nice. I'm getting so jealous watching him drink that damn bourbon.
well, if you moved
I
all the way
know.
down there, you could get
What
some.
are you talking
right out
about?
the back
I can
door.
go to the store and get
Oh,
bourbon. I just don't
Hold
do
on.
it.
Hit pump brakes, boys. Did you both get the video I sent you on Messenger that we're doing at the truck show?
No.
There is a bourbon place where you can go in and they will do what they call barrel thieving. And we have a group and they pull it right out of the barrel. You
Oh.
can taste test all these bourbons for a certain price.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dry county. You can't buy any, but they'll give you all you
No,
want
no,
to drink.
not there. Not that. So, look at one of the videos I sent you, Bill. You'll know what I'm talking about. But we're
Okay.
definitely going to make a stop there.
Sounds like a plan, man. Of course, you
Well,
know, our assholes are sucking buttermilk by the end of the day anyway.
That's the first thing we're doing. Then we'll get something to eat.
Oh, okay.
Well, Malie, you
I
want to
don't
start
even.
us off
I don't
with
even
this?
want to ask even what that means. It's like
Yeah, don't. Just let it go. You want to start off
It means
with
we're tired.
Yeah.
That's what that means. Sucking
Yeah,
buttermilk.
that's Army talk. Sorry.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Get them glasses
Yeah.
on, Granny.
I know it's terrible. It's like. You want me to read this now?
Yeah, go ahead. And the news.
No,
I
tomorrow
was
is
gonna say
fine.
it's not by anybody. All right. So September 15th through the 21st is National Truck Driver Appreciation Week. Nearly every aspect of daily life is made possible because a truck driver delivered the goods and resources people need. National Truck Driver Awareness Week is an important time for America to thank all the professional drivers for their hard work and commitment in undertaking one of our economy's most demanding and important jobs. These 3.5 million professional men and women not only deliver our goods safely, securely, and on time, but they also keep our highways safe. Please join us September 15th through the 21st, 2024 for this year's celebration.
Okay, so that was
Ended yesterday.
poorly added to the notes, but that's so. Where did this article come
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys. I
You
didn't see-
you read it right there at the very top.
National
it-
Truck Driver Appreciation
Yes,
Week.
it's the NTDAW. That's who put it out.
from? Okay.
The National Truck Drivers Awareness Week. They have
Okay.
a whole. They're out of D.C.
So
I could have put the video up there for our little old mayor of South Bend because he talked about it, but I left the video off.
So this is an organization that's literally called National Truck Driver Appreciation
Yes,
Week.
in D.C.
Huh.
It's part of the government. So
It's part of their
Part of the
government.
government.
It's part of the government, dude.
part of the government.
Not my government. I'm a sovereign citizen.
There you go.
Oh my God, dude! Have you?
And
I
then
was
that's-
curious to
We've
actually
all
know what
seen
the
them.
hell that was. Let's get through this because I'm gonna go over that with you.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Go ahead, Malia. Finish that.
Yeah, so April 23rd. So this one came out April 23rd, 2020.
This was on Facebook. I just found
Okay.
this on Facebook, and I thought it was a nice.
It's a nice
listing.
story.
It is.
Folks, meet this real hero. 81-year-old veteran Richard McFadden sat at a truck stop outside of Salt Lake City, excuse me, to provide free lunches to truck drivers. Thank you for your service, Richard, and God bless you. So he's just
Well,
sitting there passing out lunches.
There's a picture of his pickup with the topper open. Says free lunches for truckers with a cooler in the back, and he's standing there waiting to give out free lunches.
Now, I was telling Dave about the one experience that I remember was when I was running up into Wisconsin a lot a few years back, and I'd go across Skyway Bridge, and they were they were actually handing out little lunches to truck drivers at the toll booth there at
Yep.
the Skyway Bridge, and I thought that was kind of cool for all the things nasty
So you
shit
were
people.
getting $2 back from your 23 that you were spending. Oh, hold on. That Kim was spending.
Yeah, exactly. Now that lunch went in my belly.
You had some experience with this too,
Oh,
Steve.
yeah, I
haven't you?
remember two different places. One was in, I think it was Virginia. When you went through the scale there on it, if it was 60, 81, I remember what road it was on. But
Probably
right where you're hitting
77
this,
or 64.
64, I think. The scale there in Virginia, they were pulling no truck. The bypass was off, and they was pulling every truck through, and they were standing out there on the scale, and you're pulling in, you're thinking, oh shit, and you pulled up there, and they crawl on the side of the truck and hand you a bottle of water and a little brown sack. It had like a pulled pork sandwich and a bag of Lay's chips, and they said, "Have a nice day," and they gave every truck going through there that day a free lunch.
That's appreciated.
Well, far as like this gentleman did, and there's people that do it, but far as the state itself, forking out the money for it, that's. But they probably sucked in enough revenue, all the tickets they run
Right,
out.
364 days out of the year.
They're
Yep.
taking your money.
Yeah,
And also, I remember one time I was in Alabama, and it was like a state route 2-lane road with like a shoulder, and there was a guy with this gentleman here with a pickup waving every truck over, man, and everybody was pulling over, and they pull up there and they gave you a bottle of water, a sack lunch, and went on your way. He was just doing it out of his own pocket, and I'm like, that's pretty nice. You don't
Well,
see that.
sometimes I remember
whole
back
lot.
in the day when they used to have the CB coffee breaks at all the rest areas. You drive by, somebody had a little one of them
Oh,
old
yeah.
campers, and they had the coffee in there and the donuts for the truck drivers and
Yeah.
stuff. And that was just normal weekends that groups would get together and go do that. So
Well, a
Where
lot
do
of
we
them was
see that
churches
at?
and stuff too that would do that.
yeah.
You've seen quite a bit, but they were handing out church literature too at the same time.
Yeah. Throw the cross in
deal.
there.
No,
no,
so
No.
we all need a little of the good book, right, Malia?
smack him over the head with it, Malia.
I have it right by me.
Right here.
It'll burn a cross right on his forehead.
Probably.
So, all in all, the week wasn't bad. I had a bad week of breakdowns, but I managed to get through that. Scarred my arms all up and everything this week. Changing.
How's your knees?
Knees are great. Arms look like hell, but them fan blades are sharp when you got to keep changing belts. So,
Oh, never mind.
yeah, be nice.
His knees are
He was a
legendary.
giver, not a receiver, Bill.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes.
But
You're not a catcher. Okay, got it.
it was a long week just to go to Texas and back. But I had 6-hour breaks in about every day. So, waiting on
6-hour
service.
breaks.
Waiting on service, guys.
It was. It's
Did you
just to
tell
hear
the
him.
last one? Just follow me on back to the house in case it happens again.
Well, the last one came. I said, bring an extra belt, and I'm buying your tools off of you because I'm not calling nobody else. And I
And
literally
he absolutely did. He
bought
bought the
his
tools
tools.
off the guy.
You mean you don't have do the old pantyhose trick where you used to make pantyhose into a fan belt? Remember that?
Yeah, I've heard of that, but no, that wouldn't work
But
on
not a
this.
big truck. Yeah.
Well, no, his housing kept busting off because he had
I
a.
had 2 broken bolts, a washer jammed in behind her, out of line, and each belt's about every 400 miles. So I get about 400 miles, stop, call, service call.
So now the truck's got screws loose too.
Yeah, besides the driver.
Oh, bling ding.
I didn't
Somebody
have the
give me-
drum roll ready.
Yeah, I
Bill,
was
you
gonna
gotta
say,
give-
damn it,
you gotta
damn it.
give me a little heads up.
Motherfucker, no. Thank you. I'm being the area all day.
Tip your bartenders and waitresses when you're done, please.
Here's the waitresses. Yeah, there you go. I'll be here all week.
All righty then. So,
Well, since we had the Truck Driver Appreciation Week, I did another Did You Ever Wonder? And it's about trucking, the history of trucking, how it's brief history on when
except
it
you
started.
said, did you ever wander?
Wander
Wander right into
Indiana.
trucking.
Wander.
I wandered into the wrong
That's
room.
Wander,
once or
Indiana,
twice.
isn't it? That's what's on the license plate.
Yeah.
That's right. Wander, Indiana.
That's right. They call me the Wanderer. Remember that song?
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, anyway.
we're not that old.
I found this article and it says, How Trucking Got Started, A Brief History of Trucking. It says, the trucking industry in the United States has affected the political and economic history of the United States in the 20th century. Before the invention of automobiles, most freight was moved by train or horse-drawn wagons. In the early 1900s, trucks were basically motorized wagons that resembled their horse-drawn predecessors. Trucks didn't have any noses in the front of the cab, and the motor and other machinery were simply suspended below the driver's seat.
Hot as.
The early coes, huh? Paved roads at the time were few and far between. Any truck traveling on the roadways rode on solid rubber tires, making the trip very rough and very slow. It wasn't until around 1920 that most trucks were equipped with pneumatic air-filled tires, making the ride much easier on the driver, also allowing the truck to travel at much higher speeds. Probably, 40?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Downhill.
I remember no Andy
Can you
Griffith
imagine
word.
solid rubber tires just beating you to death, dude?
Oh, yeah.
No suspension.
You didn't know any
Those were
difference.
the pioneers of trucking.
Yeah, you didn't know any difference.
That was when trucking was trucking. Not like you kids nowadays.
They didn't have no teeth, I'll tell you that, and knock them out. It says there was about 10,000 trucks in the whole country in 1912. 10,000. How many
That's a
are there
JB
now?
fleet. That's Swift's fleet.
I was going to say
Taylor
that.
Swift. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I think
With
Swift
many of
got
them-
twice that.
With many of them being used for deliveries in and around larger metropolitan areas. The Settle Chamber of Commerce sponsored a truck and driver to travel from Seattle to New York City in 1916. This trip showed the manufacturers and merchants of the country that highways and truck transport were going to become major influences in their lives. The trip from Seattle to New York City took a grand total of 31 days.
So
As-
Clyde would have had a fun time at a job like that.
At him, 90. You gotta stop and get the oil change truck
That
wash.
is wrong. That is wrong.
Sorry.
Did you say under the bus? Is that what you said, Bill?
And backed it up.
It ran him over a couple times. As motorized trucks became more practical and available, the railroads began losing business to trucking companies. Given the regulatory environment, rail was usually less expensive, but service by truck was far superior in terms of timing. In 1912, trucks were equipped with electric running lights to allow them to be driven at night and make up travel time that was previously spent sleeping until the morning light. The fifth wheel innovation came to be in the 1920s, greatly enhancing the speed with which loads could be picked up and dropped off. During this time, the semi-trailer was becoming more popular, and this innovation made a huge impact on the way that freight and cargo were transported. In 1914, there was less than 15,000 miles of paved roads throughout the whole country. But during the next decade, the federal government spent $75 million on new road construction along with the improvement of existing roadways. Trucks were first used extensively by the military during World War I. With the increased construction of paved roads, trucking began to achieve significant foothold in the 1930s and soon became subject to various government regulations such as hours of service. During the late 1950s and 60s, trucking was accelerated by the construction of interstate highway system and extensive network of freeways linking major cities across the continent at this time. Diesel fuel was a whopping 14.9 cents a gallon.
Wow.
What are we now? $4.50?
$3.80 to $4.
Quite a difference from the fuel costs of today. Trucks with refrigerated trailers ran them on propane, which made it necessary to fill up on propane as well as diesel fuel in order to keep frozen items on ice. Trucking achieved national attention during the 1960s and 70s when songs and movies about truck driving were major hits. Truck drivers
And
participated
CDs.
in widespread strikes against the rising cost of fuel during the energy crisis of 73 and 79. And the industry was drastically deregulated by the Motor Carrier Act of 1980. Trucking has come to dominate the freight industry in the latter portion of the 20th century, along with what are termed big box stores such as Walmart and Target. And this was done by Sarah Major on February 12, 2015. I don't remember who she was with.
Let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll dig into that a little bit. And back to live action.
Can you imagine? In 1914, there was only 15,000 miles of paved roads. How many miles of paved? What that other story I did on the crosses said there's, 95,000 miles or something like that of...
Yeah. I just
Paved
watched a
interstate.
video of the first crossing that the government put the Army trucks to send them from D.C. all the way to San Francisco. And that's when they decided they need to make an interstate system because it took them, like you said, the 31
Eisenhower
days.
was the one that did the
Yeah.
interstate system, wasn't it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Germans.
And
Autobahn.
originally, the interstate system was for trucks. It was not for cars.
And you know, it's still not done from the original one that they planned. They're still working on it. 69 was in that, and it's still not done. And they said they're up to like
Shows it-
79 billion now.
Well, Interstate 69, I seen one article, I should have saved it. It said something about all these states that are bidding to get it for how it's supposed to run. Because you'll see
I think
when
it's
you're
already
in the
done now.
southern...
69
Well,
ain't never going to be done.
The only thing
No,
is,
you still see in southern states like Texas and Mississippi, it'll say future 69 corridor.
Yeah.
that's
I've,
Texas.
Doesn't mean it's going to be there.
I've seen that my entire career.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of states that have it. I mean,
Well,
and it just isn't one.
Arkansas and Louisiana is the only two states that have none of it, and that's because they said the federal government hasn't given them a dime yet, and they ain't building nothing until the federal government gets it. Everybody has built it. So
Yeah, because I remember seeing those signs down around Houston back in the
Oh, they're all-
90s.
they're there
Oh, yeah.
now,
So,
and they're building.
I mean-
they're not
But I
building nice
noticed that
4
down
lanes
there like
around
that,
towns.
and I'm like, what do you mean future corridor? It says the same thing in the state right next to you, and the next
Yeah.
state. You know,
Well, you get up in Tennessee, they built this one section. It's called 669, and then there's another one. It's called 169. You know, where they're going to eventually get it.
They got the spurs already, but not the
Yeah.
main trunk line. Yeah.
So-
I think we're in the home stretch. It's just going to...
Not in our life.
I think you and I drive it all the time already. We just... It's
we
just,
do. Yes.
You know, it's just a patchwork, basically, of roads right now, as it
Well,
were.
you get off of 465 and right on 69. So
Oh, that's so
smooth
nice now.
Oh,
Is
man.
it hooked to force? Is it hooked
Yes,
up there now
yes.
without going through any stoplights and all
No,
that
Yes.
crap?
nothing. It's
It's
When did they open that up?
fantastic. If it wasn't for the
about
fact
a
that
month ago.
Indianapolis is right there
Okay.
and all the bullshit
Right.
that happens in Indianapolis.
Well, it was always terrible to get down around there where the exit 4 was for Harding
pretty
for all the
awful.
truck stops. It was always terror through there.
69 is exit 5 now.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Just past that exit 4,
and
which
they're
is actually
redoing
closed off
Harding
right now.
Street
So.
now, and they're getting ready to reopen that when they get it done because they're still doing 465. But
I wonder where all the panhandlers are at right now.
I don't know.
since
That
they-
one lady that stood out there consistent for 5 years, I would hire her in a minute because I know she
She's-
shows up for work every day. Every day. She's
got
5 years. I've seen her. That
excellent
rains.
work ethic, man.
I'm telling
She's
you.
rain, shine, yeah.
No, nothing. She stood out there every
But then
day.
again, a crack addiction doesn't take a day off either.
Well,
so.
I like the guys that have the signs that are sort of funny, where the guy says, "Need money for karate lessons. Ninjas are trying to kill me."
Yeah.
Oh, the guy goes, I'm just
I mean,
needing
there's
beer
some
money.
funny
Can I
ones,
have
Yeah,
some
I
pay?"
saw one. I saw one the other day. I can't lie. Why lie? I just need weed and beer. And I thought, yeah, that's great, but you ain't gonna get shit out of me.
There's another one like that. A guy says, "I just need money for fishing lures in a new boat."
Start me a GoFundMe page. I need a new fat bass boat.
Yep. So that is actually pretty nice through there. And if it wasn't for all the other shit in Indianapolis, it'd be pretty nice sailing through there. But it's depending on what time you get through there.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
Well,
terrible.
and they keep redoing the ramp systems, thinking they're making it smoother. Just the way, even coming out 69, the way they got it changed around again now to get.
Well,
on
they're building it like Texas now. That you're going up and over and down and around, and no more of the small clover
You
leaf.
can't really claim you're fixing anything when the road stays under construction, just
Yeah.
as long as it does, not
Since it's
under
been
construction.
open.
Well,
Right.
Right.
have you ever went through Cincinnati on 75 where there wasn't
come-
construction?
You didn't even have to steer; you just let the ruts steer your truck all the way through.
No, that was over on 2-lane
That's on the-
24 through Antwerp. You just let go of the wheel.
Well, yeah,
and
that
go.
one.
Go right in the ruts, man.
Yeah, that's
Well-
fun on the ice.
By the way, Bloomington now is actually 65 mile an hour.
That was a big deal for you, wasn't it,
know
Dave?
it.
Every time
Yeah.
he'd go through Bloomington, he'd call me. I don't understand why it's 55 going through here.
6 lanes. 6 lanes.
6 lanes of highway, and that's 55 through here.
Because they want money out of that fat truck driver's pocket and speeding at 60.
We're gonna get your money, fat boy.
Not now. You don't even see a state police in Bloomington now. You see them everywhere. Now they ain't
I
nobody
sure as
around.
hell do. They, especially like
I don't
north
see-
of town
I don't
and
see 'em
south
at
of
all.
town.
By the way, guys, you realize tomorrow we're going to go do a truck show. So, wish it was kind of today so we could have talked about it, but we are going to go over to Paulding, Ohio tomorrow
Who's all
to
going?
the Flat Rock. I'm going off memory. This will be ugly. Flat Rock Creek.
At least he admits it.
Bill, just mute it for a second or pause it and
me
let him
get
get
through
done and
this.
we'll start it back up.
We need better
Oh.
notes.
And he won't even remember that he didn't do it.
Do what?
Good one. We're sharp as a tack today, by God.
So we're going to go
Butter-
over tomorrow,
butter
and
knife.
have some breakfast, and I guess it's. I just could look it up while I'm sitting there.
Dave is
rambling
all
on.
about the breakfast. I'll tell you right now. Isn't he, Malia?
It's the only meal I eat anymore.
Why
Yeah.
don't you ask if breakfast Bill's coming?
Are you coming?
I probably not. I promised a family.
you're
That's
so
day.
going to be
much
your new
fun at
nickname, I
breakfast.
think, is
It
Breakfast
is.
Bill. BB.
Yeah.
Breakfast
Bill.
Bill.
Well, I hadn't realized we hadn't actually met in person until today.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Bill hadn't.
Because he was like, nice to
See.
meet you. And I'm like, what do you mean, nice to meet you? And I'm like, oh, yeah. You want a hug?
She met me on the road, Dave, or Bill.
I met you on
Yeah.
the road. That's so-
She looks just like
Sounds
that, only
pretty
bigger.
good, don't it? What's that?
And I mean taller.
And
That
then
was
she-
wrong.
well,
Just
then
forget I
she-
said that.
She goes, I'm just looking for the guy that's got the queer wagon.
I didn't. I didn't call it that.
I'll have you know I've used that wagon a few times now, and it's a lifesaver.
Nobody said
that's-
shit, Steve. It sounds like you're a little insecure about that wagon.
I am,
Yeah,
daggone it.
it
Cost me
was-
$50.
I did notice the wagon.
Okay, so what's the wagon?
His
I
wagon.
bought a wagon to carry all the shit around at that one truck.
like a ra-
show.
like a
It's just
radio
for
flyer?
myself.
Yes.
Oh,
No, it's a
Does it-
foldable one from
you got the little
from
fences
Walmart.
on the side of it.
It folds up.
Toddler wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh,
I've used
cool.
it probably 4 times now. Just used it this weekend.
Did
this
you
week.
paint Giddy Up Go on the side of it?
No, I got to get some antennas on it and some trucker horns and shit like that.
For real, do it.
A little 12-volt battery.
Air compressor. Yeah. The truck show.
So, is this a historical
Yeah,
one
it's like
with
the
with
23rd.
that
23rd
you said
time.
Red's going to be there, flatbed Red's going to be there?
Yep, and so
She's
is the
at
other girl. I
everything.
can't think of her
She
name.
wasn't in West Virginia. I was going to give her a hard time about that.
Well, I will yell at her tomorrow when I see her.
Say, Steve didn't see you in West Virginia. Where was you?
So she'll go, not West Virginia.
No, they actually, I think it was in Pennsylvania that day or something at the other one because there was 2 of them running that same weekend.
Nice.
You think it was York, PA? I think that's what it was.
So it's just going to be me, you, and Mike.
Craig, I think, is going too. That
Craig?
was the breakfast today. Yeah, his wife's
The
down in Florida.
crankier
He's
one.
Paul.
Isn't he the crankier
The
one?
cranky.
He's cranky.
You got it. Boy, she didn't take her
He's
long to pick
cranky.
up on Mr. Positive.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
It's
think
Mr.
It's
Pessimist.
great. I know when I say something, he's going to be cranky.
I
Cranky.
like calling him out on it too because he's got to learn.
Learn.
He's got to learn. So,
That's
yeah,
okay.
but I would say come check us out at that truck show, but by the time you
by the
hear
time
this,
you
it'll
get
be
this,
over.
you'll already be there.
Yeah.
It'll be over with.
Yeah,
so.
we'll be on our way home tomorrow at 3:00.
So
And that's what-
Dave will have plenty of TikToks and YouTube shorts and stuff like that up.
Yeah,
which is cool.
You-
we've been
YouTube
making quite a few of
shorts.
those here lately, throwing them on the old shorts,
The
on
interweb.
YouTube,
Them
and
there interwebs. That's what I was
interwebs,
thinking.
and
Ticky tack.
ticky tacks, and I keep learning a little bit more, and they keep sending me information, and I'm learning a little more, and figured out how to do some different stuff. So
And they're fantastic. I got to tell you. I mean, what we need to start doing is taking some clips from the show. But
that's what I
understand.
need, but that would require you helping.
Here, let me just slide my hand across and I'll screenshot it. Hold on.
There you go. Yeah. Now I'll take a clip from this.
Yeah.
I haven't figured out how to steal from the hard copy yet, but as soon as I do, there'll be shots up there.
Hard copy.
Well, the hard
my.
copies are all
That's what we're
copies
doing,
are all
right?
sitting on my machine here. You could download it from YouTube and then use that.
Yeah, I could.
But
That's probably what I'll do. Get some.
As you're watching it on YouTube, just screenshot it on your phone and then take all you want.
Well, that's just the pictures, but I want the videos too. I gotta get the
He wants to
videos.
capture like a little clip of us saying something
Yeah,
really clever.
something
Really
like real
funny.
stupid.
You'll have
you know,
to
like
dig
when Dave
through
puts
all
his
of our
face
stupid
Facial
off.
shit.
expressions.
Hold on, Bill. Like,
Crazy.
exhausted.
Please. Yeah.
A little tired,
Little tired.
you know. Some good bad dad jokes.
Just feeling ran over.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
No.
Gotta have it.
Listen to her. No.
No.
It's bad.
Dad.
It's
you hear
bad.
the vo-
It's
Did you
terrible.
hear
So
the
go
voice
ahead.
of reason there, Bill? No.
Yeah.
Is that
Tell
what you're
that.
Bible.
Dave?
She was reaching for her Bible. What'd you
No,
say?
I'm sitting.
I'll go ahead and do.
Hold on, Bill.
Dámelo, someone is-
I was
Water
so
there.
jealous you're not sharing
Spiritu
your
Sancti.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Eater, outer, alma, vater.
Dominos and Patrios.
That's holy water, but I don't believe it's the right kind of holy water, Steve.
It's purified. We'll put it that,
That
way.
is true. It's been cooked and steamed.
It's been cooked.
All you got to do now is bless it, and we're good.
It's fully cooked. All you gotta do is warm it up in the oven and be ready to go.
Well, it's been
So-
steamed. You got to get them vapors off them steam, before you get that good stuff. So you get that kick out of it.
So why is Steve getting liquored up tonight?
I don't know.
I'm not.
So he's seeing how much he can drink to see if he has a hangover the next show.
I tell you what.
Right? Fall out of his chair.
So anyway,
Got a
How was your
seatbelt.
week, Malia? We left you out of the whole thing.
Yeah, we left you out.
Oh my. Well, we talked about breakfast. It's like-
Well, yeah, that was today.
that was today.
Malia didn't do nothing
I
all
had
week
a
except have breakfast today. Solid week.
Well, I signed a couple new accounts this week, so I had a good week.
Okay.
Well, good.
So, yeah. That was exciting.
It always is
You
when you
guys are
get
like-
paid more money. Yeah. I mean, you got
I
bills
get to
full of
sign up for
attention.
cleaning more toilets. It's like, yay.
I-
Shitty toilet.
I went to the Poppy Mountain Music Festival in Moorhead, Kentucky.
Moorhead.
Yep.
What was her
listen to- yeah. Anita. Anita
I
Moorhead.
need a more head.
Seymour Butts.
Oh, they were there too.
But
But
it was a lot of bluegrass and some country music and stuff. And there's quite a
My
few
dad-
good bands and stuff there. I mean,
my dad would absolutely loved it if there was bluegrass there. He was a true bluegrass.
I got some videos on here. I might
Like
give
your
you
kind of
send
music?
you a couple for Bill to put on or whatever. Or
Yeah, throw them to me. I'll put them out there.
so.
We'll see what we can get. So
See what we can get. Oh, but other than that, it was an uneventful week, and that's the way I like it.
quiet week. My week
Quiet.
besides having to take 6-hour breaks every day. Besides that, it wasn't an overly bad week. I mean,
Is it warm
Texas-
up there right now?
Today it was. Yesterday it was. It hadn't been. It's been foggy because cool nights, I guess. And
Well, it's cool morning,
Cool
cool down
nights.
here, like 60, but boy, it's still getting to like high 80s and almost 90.
Really?
Yeah.
It was 92 in Texas Tuesday, but no humidity, which was odd because it felt actually
It's
pretty
a
good.
dry heat, Dave.
Yeah, that what that is. That's the same as that.
I'll tell you what, dude. Between running to Florida and it be 102 and going to Texas at 102, I'd rather go to Texas.
Well, it's funny because Florida's like 102, and then Texas is
so, too.
102, and then you go to Phoenix and it's 102. And I think the worst of them is Texas because the humidity is, well, depends where you're at in Texas. You're
Well, if
talking
you're down on the
further-
water, but I mean,
Yeah.
you're up in the middle. You're up at Dallas or somewhere, but it's. I like it. It's.
Oh, I
It's
do
a
like
dry
Texas.
heat, Dave.
Dry heat. One of them dry heats, it makes everything all better. So
Yeah.
that's hilarious. So what'd you do, Bill? I didn't get to see you all week. You were running roll off, weren't you?
Let's see. I tried to put it out of my head. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
so much
You know
fun,
what?
Dave.
Compared to some weeks I had in the last month or so, this last one wasn't so bad. But I've been screwing up a little bit too because they
What?
keep putting tiny little like
Oh, notes.
some of the instructions he gives me. I keep getting in trouble for doing too much work because he told me to preload a trailer and all he said was preload, and I didn't read that. I loaded it and delivered it. He meant for somebody to deliver that tomorrow. I'm like, well, don't nobody want to work on Sunday anyway, so.
No.
Well, I can't believe they took the load. Well, it's scrap metal, dude. You know, it's not like
Yeah.
somebody delivered the Christmas presents a day early. You know, that's it is what it is. So try not to let that get me down too much. But I've
you
been
go,
local, and a lot of people may or may not be aware that the reason I'm staying local is kind of for my health, and I've actually lost. I haven't even mentioned this to the other guys, but I've lost 11 pounds in the last 3 weeks, so it may end up
Keep
being
her up, buddy. Keep her up.
two and
Way
a
to
half.
go.
We're gonna have to go find 3 more fat guys to do the show for so long.
I know it.
I mean, we've answered this question before. What are you going to do when he loses weight?
It's still 3 fat.
Nothing.
I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
name's what hooks you.
Yeah.
The name was
I
the
mean,
name was
it's,
made up on a phone call 2 years ago. And
Yeah, that's
where
not
it
going
was
in.
made.
Oh, it was more than 2 at this point.
Yeah, we're
now.
almost
Gosh
3.
sakes.
Yeah. Yeah, I lost 35 pounds so far doing the carnivore, so
Yeah, I bought an exercise machine, and I've been getting on that
I
every
haven't.
day.
no, I don't need exercise.
Well, it's the exercise.
Well,
the reason.
you actually started doing walks with the guys, and that's the exercise.
Oh, I do. Yeah,
When
we
you
walk.
first got down
pretty
there, you
regular,
weren't
but
doing
yeah.
that. So. By the way, guys, the truck show tomorrow, because this is Saturday that we're doing the show tonight, is the 23rd annual Flat Rock Creek Festival Truck Show. Starts at 8:55 till 4 o'clock at the John Paulding Historical Museum at 600 Fairground Drive, Paulding, Ohio.
Nice.
They don't have no cows over there peeing, do they? On Flat
probably.
Rock?
Yeah, probably.
I know my brother's excited
Ohio,
because
I'm sure there's cows.
they're having the tractor or the
Well, that's closer to Steve's house over there, isn't it?
yeah they're having the horses tractor pull tomorrow. The Amish bring their teams of horses up there,
Oh, there you go.
and
Horse
he's all
pull.
excited to see that. So
Yeah, I always like seeing a finger get broke off or cut off when they don't get it out of the way when they hook them.
yeah. Because soon as that horse
Dude,
hears that
it's
click,
that-
they are
Oh,
gone.
Yes, they are gone. If you got a finger it's in the way, it's gone.
Yep.
I've seen that a
Finger in
couple
the way.
times. I'm serious.
Why?
It'll snap it. It's gone right off your hand.
Need one of them grabbers that you got to get for reaching up
You see
there
a
on the
bunch
high
of Amish
shelf.
over there that
grab
they're like
nothing.
this.
Yeah, they're the hookers.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys, well, we better get out of here.
They usually call them Lefty.
Lefty.
On that bombshell, we will. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. Hit us.
Fingers.
Hit
Now
us
we'll
up
see you
on.
next week.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
doing this
me.
weekly now.
God, you'll have to give me a pass on that. It takes a while for it to sink in.
Kind of like your
Folks.
work notes.
Like the Titanic.
So, going down.
Sinking fast.
Hit us up on the socials, folks. We got a Facebook page. We got a Facebook group. Comment directly on the website.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, well,
TikTok,
not.
X, Instagram. We're
respond
all
to
over
some
this.
of Dave's fantastic videos. We love y'all. We love to hear from you. We'll see you next week. Until then, I've been Bill.
And your buddy Dave here.
And Malia.
And Steve, have a good, safe week.
See you, folks.